Tobacco, ladies and gentlemen, kills you. We know that. Smoking it, chewing it. But it also provides, through its farming and manufacture, livelihood and immense taxation to government. In fact, public-owned enterprises are some of the biggest tobacco companies in India. So what do? Well, on a parallel tangent here, the central government is issuing a notice to actors, including big names like Shah Rukh Khan, Akshay Kumar, Ajay Devgan, for what they suspect is tobacco advertising, whether it's surrogate advertising or not. Now, a petitioner has urged action against these award-winning actors endorsing tobacco companies. In a response to the contempt petition, the High Court has issued a notice to the Cabinet Secretary of the central government. Now, Deputy Solicitor General S.B. Pandey has informed the High Court that the centre has now served show cause notices to these actors. It is useful to note that several actors have indeed in the past declined from certain kinds of advertising. Remember, this is not just tobacco which you smoke, it's also tobacco that you chew, which is not necessarily advantageous to your health. Dr. Salil Garg, who's a cardiologist, joining us quickly for a quick conversation, and Neha Rastogi, a lawyer, joining us on this conversation. Okay, now, Neha ji, if something is not prohibited by the regulations that pertain on what you can telecast as an advertorial and you can't. For example, you as a lawyer are not allowed to advertise per se as a professional. You can't put an advertisement saying, come for my legal services in the Times of India tomorrow. So there are certain things that are through rules and regulations prohibited. But when it comes to this gutka, khenni and other kinds of, pan masala, with some which have tobacco, some which don't have tobacco, what do the rules say?
Thank you for inviting me on this. But still before this, I want to really make you clear, this three individuals, Ajay Devgan, Akshay Kumar and Shah Rukh Khan, they are very well-known public figure. And apart from that, these three people are award-winning heroes. They have earned very reputed award, Padma Shri award. So they have the high responsibility for the society. They have to understand this thing. Many of the people, many of the followers, fan of them, they follow, they admire them, they follow their footsteps. Right. And apart from all this thing, legally, if we say, well, when this award has given to someone, committee forms, proper committee forms of the 5 people committee, opposition party, government at power, then Chief Justice of India and other committees people are there. They form, they see, and they give this award on the basis of some responsibility that says they have no right to mislead any people or misadvertise any people, which is not good for their health or their knowledge or something related to that. So for that reason only, this petition was filed before the Allahabad High Court. But the Allahabad High Court issued a notice to the central government because of the reason, after looking after all this committee, then they have given this award, so they have the high responsibility. Now they are doing this ad just for the money or just for any other publicity or name, fame. So this is not a right direction, because of that reason only the central government has issued
okay, but a lot of people do things for money, and with all due respect to them, unless they are prohibited from doing something and they're doing something illegal, then it's up to their decision and conscience, no?
But the reason what they are showing to the media, what they are doing the advertisement, that is not at all good for their health, human health. And
ma'am, that I'll ask the doctor. No, the reason I asked you the legal question was, is it illegal what they've done?
Yeah, of course they have, because there was a clause under the Consumer Protection Act. They can't mislead the public.
Okay. What happens, Neha ji, that in several cases, not in fact several, in every case, when there is surrogate advertising going on, that they are promoting actually in the ad a non-tobacco product, but the non-tobacco product has a very similar, if not the exact same name as a product that in fact might actually contain tobacco. What happens then?
Sorry, I lost
What happens in the case of surrogate advertising?
I have to check with this fact, but according to my knowledge, it's not really permitted to them to find to do all this type of acts.
Okay. Then there are lots of ads that take place that sell mineral water instead of beer, but with the same name brand. It is a technicality. Whether it's an ethical technicality, you can argue it or not. But these products are sold in India. Certain tobacco kind of chewing products have indeed been banned. Let me get the good doctor on the broadcast with us to help us understand this better. Okay, so Dr. Garg, appreciate you joining us. Since this is not about smoking per se, so the issue at hand is about chewing tobacco. Can you help us understand, because a lot of people understand smoking, yeah, bad for the lungs. Why is chewing tobacco bad?
Now, let me say a few things about it. Actually, tobacco is a medicinal plant and also a bedrock of economy in lots of places. We have to understand that. The second aspect is that over the last 50 years, we have started saying and thinking that tobacco is harmful for health. For centuries, it has been a medicinal plant and it has been used in various kinds of drugs. It has been used in various kinds of diseases. Now, what happens with smoking? Smoking affects the lungs and there is a direct correlation with COPD, though not a direct correlation with cancer, as is generally espoused by a lot of people. The second thing is chewing tobacco. Chewing tobacco is one of the leading causes of oral cancer. There is no doubt about it. When it comes to a carcinogenic product, we do not expect the celebrities to endorse that. If they are endorsing tobacco products, especially chewing tobacco, then it is certainly wrong, both ethically, morally, and as public figures. So that is where.
But Dr. Garg, I remember this debate happened when Ronaldo refused to be, photographed at a press conference with a bottle of Coca-Cola. Okay, because you can argue that high, these carbonated drinks with high sugar compounds are equally deleterious to your health. But if it's not specifically prohibited, other than their moral and ethical conscience, as you pointed out, what is the illegality that they're doing? It seems to be a bit trumped up for publicity's sake also, no?
Yeah. That may be a possibility, but they're also taking advantage of their popularity. Just because they're popular figures is also the reason that they have been roped in for this. So it cuts both ways. Now, the second point is whether, like you talked about surrogate advertising. For example, people have been selling beer and alcohol disguised by the same brands as soda. Now, we look at it from another point of view. Most of the people do understand this. But because this is prohibited by law, therefore it is wrong. However, were it not be prohibited by law, then it would not have been wrong. Now, when it comes to carbonated drinks and also, there is no definite evidence that carbonated drinks will cause a particular disease. There's a cause and effect relationship as well. These are facts which we have to look in. Just because we can talk about it a lot in public and say all carbonated drinks are bad. There was a WhatsApp going around that if you want to clean your toilet, you put in carbonated drinks and all. Now, all these are also false information. Wrong information.
I don't know, sir. Sometimes it's very scientifically well established. In the case of tobacco, it probably now is. Sometimes it's not. The COVID pandemic taught us that. No, we were told that wear masks, and at the end of it, we were told that masks don't matter. It doesn't make a difference. So, science also changes. But here's the bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, as I wind up this telecast. The biggest revenue earners for government, especially state level governments, is alcohol and tobacco. Okay. So that's why they never ban them, even though they're probably not good for your health. So then it's up to the conscience, ethics. Do you want to promote these kind of products? Doesn't make a difference how large the check is. Whether that's an illegality or not, it can be argued. But sometimes these cases at least give us a conversation topic. Thanks very much.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.